Welcome, everyone, to our midweek meditation. Today is Thursday, September 17th, and today we're going to continue our discussion of the Beatitudes. Before we go any further, though, let me introduce myself. I'm Tom Coy. I'm the covenant pastor at the Milton Presbyterian Church in Sharps, Virginia. So welcome. If you're a member of the Sharps congregation, I'm glad you're here. If you're a visitor, if you're someone who's just sort of stumbled across this video and are interested in what's being shared in these minutes together, I'm delighted. I always feel that anything of benefit that comes out of this is a good thing. So welcome, and please enjoy and perhaps even learn through some of the insights that are shared here. I am going through the Beatitudes, which are those opening phrases in Matthew chapter 5 when Jesus begins his Sermon on the Mount. And today we look at number 3, Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. What is he saying in this very short and yet very pleasant sounding and hopeful sounding phrase? This Beatitude spotlights the meek. And before we go any further, it might be helpful to identify just who they are. We tend to use the word as a character quality. So if we say that someone is meek, we're saying that that person is timid or shy or even fearful of others. But meekness in the biblical sense has a different feel. It refers to those who are the ordinary folks in society. These do not live in the best places, nor drive the nicest cars, nor educate their children in the finest academies. For them, daily survival is a major concern, and just getting by is considered good enough. The world tends to ignore them. While there may be TV shows fascinated by lifestyles of the rich and famous, there is little interest in the lives of the poor and the common. And yet, the meek are remembered in both the Old and New Testaments. The Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, the law of Moses, instructs that special care be given to the widow, the orphan, and the stranger in your gates. The prophet Micah had the meek in mind when he urged God's people to love mercy, to do justice, and to walk humbly with your God. And many of the Psalms speak up for those who feel discouraged by the crush of life. When Jesus shares today's word, it's almost as if he had Psalm 37 in mind. Listen to verses 10 and 11. And yet a little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look diligently for their place, they will not be there. But the meek shall inherit the land, and delight themselves in abundant prosperity. Time and again, our faith affirms that God does not forget those who love him. And perhaps just as pointedly, God is not really very impressed, after all, with one's earthly wealth, prestige, or influence. So, take heart, all you who are wearied by doing good and are heavy laden by the cares of life. The Lord remembers you. The Lord knows your name. The Lord knows the sacrifices you have made. So be of good cheer, for the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. That's all for today. Next week we will take up the next of the Beatitudes. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. Until then, Take care and God bless.